Guys, welcome back to another video. This is Math Stats. I'm hoping that by the end of this video, you're gonna like or you're gonna enjoy doing equations that are reducible to quadratic equations. And before we move on, take a moment and hit that subscribe button and that bell so you can be alert when I post a new video. Don't forget to hit that like button as well. That will help with the algorithm. And of course, share it to your friends and let them know that over here we do math. Without any delay, let's get active. So today, guys, as I mentioned earlier, we're gonna be doing equations that are reducible to quadratic equations. What does that mean? Well, let's just do an example. Let's say we have y fourth minus 5y squared plus 4 equal to 0. So the issue is when you have those kinds of equations, it is hard to do them because the quadratic equation is actually in the form of ax squared plus by plus c, right? Hold on, let's see. F is bx. So what the issue is on this one, because you have that power of 4, you want to reduce it to power of 2. And no, you shouldn't do anything as factoring. That would not make your life easier at all. What we're gonna do is it is something called the U-SUBSTITUTIon. U-SUBSTITUTIon simply means that you're gonna, well, it doesn't have to be U. I can use X, I can use T, I can use A, alpha, beta, theta, I can use any letter I want from any alphabet. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rewrite these so I can actually use them in a better way. So what would I do? I'm gonna say this is gonna be y squared to the power of 2, right? Minus 5y squared plus 4. So equal to 0. What the U-SUBSTITUTIon does is you get to choose which y you want to use. In this case, I'm going to use y squared. I'm going to say let y squared equal to u. So I have y squared right here and y squared right here. So if I say y squared equal to u, well, we know that this is actually y squared to the power of 1. So I'm going to say, oh, okay, I'm going to replace y squared by u basically. It's the same way when you were doing f of x, right? No, f of x. And they say, well, find f of negative 3. Or you would just replace x by negative 3. So in this case as well, I'm going to replace y squared by u. And so what would that give me? That would be u squared minus 5u plus 4 equal to 0. Now we get to that quadratic equation. Now we can solve the equation. So what would that be now? Well, we can do the factoring, or we can do the expanding, or we can do the quadratic formula. So let's try factoring first. Let's say we have u here and a u here. I'm gonna say minus and minus, and what number when you multiply together you get 4. It can be either 1 and 4 or 2 and 2, but you want that those numbers when you add them to be equal to 5. And of course 2 and 2 would not be equal to 5, but 4 plus 1 will be equal to 5. So therefore that would be u minus 1 times u minus 4 equal to 0. Would that be right? Well, u times u is equal to u squared. U times negative 4 is equal to negative 4u. Negative 1 times u is equal to negative u, and plus 4, and that equals to 5u. So therefore, u minus 1, u minus 4 equal to 0 is what we're going to do. And so we're going to have u minus 1 equal to 0, or u minus 4 equal to 0. And so what we are left is what? U equal to 1 or u equal to 4. Now, here's the thing though. Remember, u is not the actual variable. It is y squared. So we need to go back and change the u to y squared. The reason we did that u substitution is to make life easier. So technically what we have here is y squared equal to 1 or y squared equal to 4. This is what we actually have right here, technically, right? So now what we're gonna do is we are gonna say what? We're gonna take the square root of it, right? So what is the square root? Well, the square root of y squared is equal to plus or minus 1, and the square root of y, the square root of y, oh yeah, the square root of y squared equal to 4 will be equal to plus or minus the square root of 4. So y equals to plus or minus 1, and y equals to plus or minus 2. And guess what? We have arrived at the answer. Now, if we plug it in into the function, would it be right? Well, let's say if we have 1 to the power of 4 minus 5 times 1 plus 4. So you got 1 minus 5 plus 4. It does equal to 0. If we use negative 1, it will be the same thing. If we use 2, so that'll be 2 to the power of 4 will be 2 to the power of 4 minus 5 times 2 to the power of 2 plus 4 equal to 0. So we have 2 to the power of 4 is 16 minus 5 times 2 to the power of 2 is equal to 4 times 5 is equal to 20 plus 4. Does that equal to 20 equal to 0? Yes, indeed. So therefore, these are the answer. We're going to do a second example, just so you guys can actually get it better. And this time I'm going to use something that is fraction base. So fraction base, let's do one fraction base. Let's say we have, let's say we have, any fraction base I can use right here? Oh yeah, okay. Nope. Alright, let's say we have w minus 2w half minus 15 equal to 0. Okay, so now we have fraction. This is a bit different than the actually integer type. So what we're gonna do now? What we're gonna do is we're gonna use. Remember, we have to use the I would say the smallest fraction. So in this case, because I have w and w power of half, I'm gonna say, well, let w power of half equal to u. So now, what we're gonna do, before I even do that, let me rewrite this again. So this w right here would be basically w power of half power of 2. This is the power rule. Remember that, right? Minus, this will be 2 w power of half to the power of 1 minus 15 equal to 0. So whichever you can conduce, or you can put in a lower exponent, is the one that you want to use to do the substitution to. So that's why I'm doing the w to the power of half equal to u. Now what? I'm going to replace u, w power of half, by u. So here, which is w power of half, which is equal to u, that would be u squared minus 2u minus 15 equal to 0, right? Well, let's do that again. What two numbers, when you times them, equal to 15 and you subtract them equal to 2? Well, that's pretty easy. That's going to be 5 and 3. So I would have u minus 5 u plus 3 equal to 0, right? So that would be equal to let me do this one here. That would be u minus 5 equal to 0, or u minus 3 equal to 0, and you have u plus 3 equal to 0. That would be u equal to 5, or u equal to negative 3. But remember, we're not dealing with u, we're dealing with w to the power of negative, or to the power of half. So technically we have w power of half equal to 5, or w power of half equal to negative 3. What we're going to do now? Now we're going to square it. And when I say square, I'm not talking about make it turn to w to the power of 1 over 4. But we're going to use the quotient rule, or the power rule. So that will be w power of half squared equal to 5 squared, or w power of half squared equals to negative 3 squared. Now what? What can we do next? That will be equal to w equal to what? 25, or w equal to 9, right? So that would be basically the answer, And so now, what can we do? We can check it to see if it's right. So what is, let's check it again. What is 25? Because remember, this is w minus 2 w power half minus 15 equal to 0, right? So let's check to see if the answers we got are basically the right answer. Well, w equal to 25 will be 25 minus 2 times 25 power of half minus 15 equal to 0. Is it true? Well, 25 minus 2 times 5 to the power of half is 25 to the power of half, basically the square root of 25, which is equal to 5 minus 15. So 25 minus 2 times 5 is equal to 25 minus 10 minus 15. Does that equal to 0? Yes, it does equal to 0. How about 9? That would be 9. So you have 9 minus 2 times 9 to the power of half minus 15. Would that be the answer? Let's see. So 9 minus 2 times 9 to the power of half is basically the square root of 9. Square root of 9 is equal to 3 minus 15. 9 minus 6 minus 15. That would that equal to 0? That would not equal to 0. That would not equal to 0. And so what do we have here? Well, that means in this case the solution is what? 25. So this is not a solution, but the solution is 25. So remember, whenever you do equations, always double check to see which answer is correct. Yes, you may have two answers, but that does not mean that they are both gonna be the right answer. So guys, we're gonna stop right here for this one. I hope you guys actually enjoyed this video, and I hope you actually understand it and how to do it next time. Don't forget again to hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. And please remember, check out my other channels. They are gonna be on the screen as I speak or before I even said it. And of course, you can do it to the channel. Everything is in the link in the description down below. Check it out and help your brother out with this channel. This is MathStats. Hope to see you guys again. Until then, MathStats out.